Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, and we're reviewing another album. Today we are reviewing the brand new third act of the Smashing Pumpkins trilogy, rock opera, if you will, ATUM. So they call this a rock opera in 3 acts. I'll put a link to my review of the second act that I did. I think it was 6 weeks ago. So I think the idea was that they would release a new album every 6 weeks in 3 sections. So the first one came out, I believe, in November, then February, and now this came out in May 5th, just a couple days ago. And this is pretty cool. I believe I gave the second act 3.75 out of 5. Let's talk about this record. Again, we have Jimmy Chamberlin on drums, James Inna on guitar, and Jeff Schroeder on guitar as well, and Billy Corrigan, of course, singing on the guitar. There's keys on this album. There's lots of keys on this record, and this is a good record. It starts off with a 7-minute and 41-second kind of epic called Sojourner. It sets the pace for the second album. At the 4-minute and 45-second mark, I feel like it kind of transcends into the third act. And I don't know, obviously, if that's what his idea was, but there's definitely a stopping point. Keys come in, and I feel like the new album kind of starts at this point. Cool track. That which animates the spirit. It's a little bit heavier on the second track. It's just okay. The Canary Trainer, the third act, isn't really inspiring me. I was thinking that this album, with the second record being pretty mellow, that this one would, that second act kind of finished with a song called Springtime. I was thinking that this would be a heavier record, and it's really kind of not. That being said, there are some heavier moments here. Pacer's the next one, more synths. I say, where are the guitars? It's kind of groovy. There's a female backing vocal that's cool. At the 2-minute and 30-second mark, things change, and there's a keyboard arpeggio treatment that finishes out the song, which is cool. Let me say this about Billy Corrigan and Smashing Pumpkins. I'm a big fan, and I consider him to be an intellectual. I consider him to be a great songwriter. I consider him to be a great performer. I get it that you've been around. You've done everything in the rock genre. You've had heavy records that border on metal. And there's pieces of this record that definitely work in that realm. So, I'm gonna kind of call this what this record is. At the same time, I have no right to judge Billy Corrigan on a record when he's an artist. And maybe I don't fully understand this record. And this record's only been out for a few days. At the same time, how many times should you have to listen to a record before it really grabs you? The 5th song, In Lieu of Failure, is crunchy and hooky in vintage Smashing Pumpkins tone. And it's what I want. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what Billy wants or what anybody else wants. It's what I like. Cenotaph is the next song. It's an acoustic. I feel like you lose some momentum from In Lieu of Failure. And I'm not really feeling the song Cenotaph. Harmageddon is the next song. And it sounds like what the name is, Harmageddon, as opposed to Armageddon, Harm. It's got a Metallica type stomp to it. It's prodding. Isn't this what we want from Smashing Pumpkins? I think so. Fireflies is next. One of the better softies on the album, but I'm still not understanding where he's going here. He's running out of space on this record to make a statement. And again, I'm not dissecting these lyrics, and I do like lyrics, but primarily I'm a music-driven listener. I will go back and listen to some lyrics, but it's not what I need necessarily. I'd rather the music be great. Intergalactic's the next one. It's a nice oscillating keyboard vamp. Seems to kind of start the climax of this record. Another springtime, he says. It's 9 minutes. I mean, and I ask, am I supposed to know what he means? Because I feel like, just like in the first song where he kind of, at the 4:45 mark, sets the pace for the second album, I feel like at the 4:05 mark on Intergalactic, he sets the pace for the climax of this album on this 9-minute tune. The next song, Spellbinding, I think is the best song on the record. It's pop gold. And I've been a bit starved at this point for something to sink my teeth into. And Spellbinding is definitely that single, that song that he's going to be able to do live. It's a great song. It's pretty vintage as well. And then O Wings finishes the album off. I don't know what to think there. I really don't know what to think on that last song. I put la 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 blah 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 blah, but I'm gonna give this record, my rating system is this: 5 is a classic, drop dead perfect. 4 is great. 3 is good. 2 is not good. 1 is terrible. I'm giving this a 3 1/4. I'm gonna give this a 3 1/2. I'm gonna go ahead and change it right now. This is a good record plus. I want to trust that I'm not fully understanding. This does not immediately grab me, and there's sections of this record, that which alienates the spirit, Canary, Trainer, Pacer. Just where are the guitars? 3 great guitar players really in this band. I don't feel that. At the same time, what is great about this album is great. I'm going to call this a 3 1/2 out of 5 album. Subscribe to my channel. Like these videos. We do videos every single day here. Again, I have no business telling Billy Corrigan how to write music. This is my opinion. And peace out. We'll talk later.